How to cold call in 2023. This funnel is going to make this process much easier on yourself and change the way you cold call for the better. I know it might look like a lot, but it's going to make perfect sense by the end of the video. So I'm excited to share this one with you and thank you all for being here. So if you watch my other videos, you know I like to kick off my cold calls with a value statement where I tell them who I am, why I'm calling, and state that I would like to get aligned going forward. And the reason I do that is because it requires a yes or a no answer from them. So I'm going to give you an example value statement and I'm going to show you how it flows through this funnel. So in this example, I'm a customer experience applications sales rep, and I'll be calling someone. So they answer. I say, "Hey, Jim, this is Connor Murray calling from X company. How you doing?" "Good. I'm just reaching out because I'm part of a team that will be supporting Y company from a customer experience standpoint this year. So anything related to sales, service, customer data models, anything like that. And I'm just reaching out because my team will be the main point of contact in this area going forward. And we work with companies specifically in the Z industry on priorities related to service delivery, unifying customer data models, predictive analytics, and other related priorities. So any priorities you may have going forward or resources you may need, anything like that." And I know I kind of called you out of the blue here, so I'm more just looking to set aside some time next week to get aligned for the year. Are you free on Wednesday or Thursday? So that's an example value statement. And if you notice at the end, I told them who I was, why I was calling, but then stated I wanted to get aligned on this next week. So what that does is it now I'm in this funnel. I have now gotten them live and made this value statement, requested time, and there's only three possible outcomes. Either they say, yes, I am free Wednesday or Thursday, in which case book the meeting, pretty self-explanatory. You get a resounding no, which is someone who's like, "Hey, I am not the right person. Have a nice day." And you don't even have a chance, which that's going to happen about 5 times out of 10. There's no way getting around that. You just have to view that as a data point. In those cases, try and salvage it, try and get a referral, but that's okay. Like we're not here to win them all. We're here to win 2, 3, 4 out of 10. So yes, book meeting, confirm time, confirm email, book the meeting. No, try and get a referral. Those are self-explanatory. So that only leaves one other outcome, which is they give you an objection. They don't say yes, they don't say no. They have some concern that you need to address before they agree to the meeting. So if you're prepared to handle the most common ones, you can give yourself the best chance of winning some of these jump balls, which is like what I like to refer to them as. So some of the most common ones you might face that I know I face are, "Hey, I'm not interested," or "Hey, we already work with X competitor. I don't think it makes sense to meet. There's other initiatives, no bandwidth right now, no budget available, insert common objections." So if you're paying attention and you notice that there are similar objections you tend to face, you should write those down and prepare how you would handle them because you'll get better and better at it and start to win some of these jump balls. So you can insert as many as you want. I think you should start off focusing on the ones you face most commonly. Like there's usually 4 or 5 that will be about 80% of what you face before you start worrying about the niche ones. But the more you're prepared to handle, the better chance you'll have. And if you watch my videos, you know my first line of defense when handling objection is always to continue selling time. So for example, if someone said, "We already work with X competitor," out of the gate, without having to think about it because I'm prepared for it, I would say, "Got it. That's actually why I was reaching out. We work with X competitor all the time. So if there's ever a fit, we can move ahead, but I still think it makes sense to get introduced and aligned going forward because we'll be the point of contact for at least the next year. So does Thursday work for you?" So I didn't try and say, "How's that competitor going for you? And here's how we stack up," because that's not going to work on a cold call. That's way too monumental of a task. That's more suited for a discovery call. I just want to sell that, "Hey, I get it. You work with a competitor. We work with that competitor all the time. It still makes sense to get aligned going forward." So I like to continue selling time. Now, you can agree or disagree with that. It's worked for me, it's worked for people I've taught it to, but more what this funnel is about is having a process. So you get that yes or no answer within 30 to 40 seconds of the cold call, and now they're within your funnel. So if you're prepared to handle these however you think is best to handle them, that's how you're going to start to win a few of these jump balls. So what I say is for every 10 lives, if you can win 1 or 2 from here, maybe you'll probably get 5 resounding no's, which leaves 5 left. If you can win 1 or 2 from here and then 1 or 2 of these jump balls by being prepared for them, that's how you get to the point where you're booking 2, 3, 4 out of 10 lives you get. I don't think 10 is a big enough sample size. I think 100 is probably a big enough sample size. And you can literally record after a call, "That was a resounding no. That was agreed to a meeting." You can record which objections you get. And this is how you start to turn this process into excuse me, cold calling into a process that's science-based where you can measure it and optimize. So I hope you like this one. This is really what helped me not take calls personally, not take each individual call personally. I like to batch them in groups of 100 and get better within this process. So let me know what you think. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next one.